No way. No way, bro. I just had one of these like a couple weeks ago. Like, no, there's no way. No way, man. And you know what's the crazy part? You know what? I ain't even gonna get into it just yet. You know what I mean? Because it already got me shook up. If you drink coconut water, but hold on a second before we get into the craziness, all right? Y'all know how this goes, right? Question everything. You should. And remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm at a loss for words. Let's get to it. Let's just get to it.
If you drink coconut water, you might want to check your fridge. Right now, more than 2 million cans of coconut water are being pulled from shelves. The FDA has issued a recall on 12 can cartons of Jarritos coconut water. According to them, a seal on the can could break, and that could lead to contamination with harmful bacteria. The recall is currently in place across 29 states, including Texas. So if you have some in your fridge, they say just throw it out.
Across the U.S., the Food and Drug Administration has ongoing recall for 12 can cartons of Jarritos coconut water. Authorities say the seal on the cans could become compromised and let in harmful bacteria. The recall is currently in place across 29 states, including Wisconsin. It includes nearly 170,000 cases for a total of more than 2 million cans.
The Food and Drug Administration has an ongoing recall of Jarritos coconut water. The recall is in 29 states and covers 2 million cans.
If you drink coconut water, you...
Yo, that's what I use in my smoothies sometimes. So every now and again, I have one, bro. So I wasn't like ODing on where I'm drinking them every day, constantly, all the time. No, we had some and I was using them in like my smoothies. Bro, and this is the crazy part about that. I thought about this because remember back in the day, they used to say that about the Capri Suns. So ever since then, I had like this phobia when you can't see inside the pack. And I don't know what made me go against that. I don't know because I had refrained from buying the kids those Capri Suns because of that simple fact. But you ain't got to worry. It broke me again. I'm done. And I think I still got some in the fridge. I'm throwing them out. At this point, my phone needs to be out of the room with me. And if you can't reach me, you just can't reach me at this point, fam. I know everybody saw the Apple News release of charging your phone next to you while you're sleeping with the radiation or whatever they're saying that it could do to you. Like at this point, your phone needs to be in a whole nother room from you when you're sleeping. Like, and I fell asleep plenty of times with my phone, so that's just not good there.
There is something else happening in California other than these fires. As you can see, this picture behind me is a big Humvee, military Humvee. So in certain parts of California, they got the National Guards, they got FBI and Los Angeles police blocking certain roads and you cannot go down. This particular road, there is no fire down there. So why are they stopping people from going? This guy in the video can't even get to his home.
As you guys can see, everything is being blocked off. But what you guys can really see here is that we have the military, we got cops, we have FBI agents. What do you think is going on here? You tell me.
No.
They won't let us in our house. And man.
Someone tell me what the is going on. Why is certain areas being heavily guarded? There is...
Now, the way they put it out to us was that they were protecting the residences' places because people was robbing and looting. So that's what they had. I was under the assumption that they had dispatched the National Guard out there for, was to protect. Now, anything else going on, I have no clue. I hadn't heard anything else.
Sean Diddy Combs. His lawyers are claiming that videos of so-called freak-offs actually prove his innocence. Prosecutors received 9 videos of alleged sex parties. Combs' defense team says that the tapes only show private activities between consenting adults. The prosecution argues those same videos prove that Combs coerced, drugged, and kidnapped women into sexual activity. Sean Diddy Combs.
So, okay, each one of them has seen the tapes, and both of them came away with a different conclusion, huh? So that's going to make this very interesting. Because how is that even close? Either you did or you didn't. And the video is going to show whether you did or you didn't. There's no like, oh, well, that looks like it was consent, or nah, that looks like clearly that was not. Because how is that even close? I don't understand that.
And we eat lamb for dinner at fine restaurants.
These are our standard lamb chops that we
But Chef Alexander Papetsis of Kalari Taverna in New York City has a warning. The wool is being pulled over your eyes more than you think.
Everybody kind of knows what a lamb chop is going to look like. But, you know, if you're going, let's say, somewhere where they're serving gyros or, you know, lamb and rice or kind of those dishes where it's more shredded lamb, it's much easier to mask fake lamb, such as, you know, maybe using goat as a substitute.
You heard right. You might be eating goat.
So we wanted to know, if you order lamb, are you really getting lamb? To find out, we did some testing.
We ordered lamb at 39 restaurants in Los Angeles and New York City, from tourist hotspots to popular food trucks. The samples were packed up and sent to a lab for DNA testing.
The results were startling and disturbing. 23% of the so-called lamb we ordered wasn't lamb at all. So what was it? It was goat, chicken, and beef, all much cheaper than lamb.
And we eat lamb for dinner.
So some of us be like, I ain't never had goat before. Yes, you have, fam. Yes, you have. But why am I paying lamb prices then? No, I need to pay goat prices. Y'all charging me lamb prices but feeding me goat. This is a problem, bro. And I'm a lamb fan. Like, you go to like some of those good Brazilian steakhouses, but see, I don't get the chopped up, minced up lamb or whatever it is. If I'm not eating a lamb chop, then I'm not getting it. So if y'all making lamb chops now out of goat, then yeah, y'all done got me. Y'all done got me. So, well, let me ask this question: which is more expensive? Because they making it seem like goat is less expensive. So I need to do my research now. This is crazy.
So this morning, I got out eggs to make for my kids. And first, let me take you to the batch I cooked prior. All right. Do you notice this? It was green. Never seen eggs that have this green tint to it. And at first I thought it was my eyes. So I added more eggs and they came out clear. So then I was thinking, no, something's wrong with the coloring. Maybe the eggs are no good. Maybe that's what's wrong with it. Look at this. I put the eggs directly in without any butter. This is a ceramic pan. And hear this. Does that sound like plastic to you? Look. Guys? What are we eating? I usually get my eggs right from a farmer. These are from Kroger's. I don't know what to tell you, but we aren't eating these. So, this morning...
You better eat them eggs. You know how expensive eggs is right now? No, you playing right now. You rich. She got 3 eggs in that pan. She rich, bro. You eating that many eggs, and she made one over there just for trial purposes. And she just gonna eat. She just gonna throw that away. You crazy out your mind. You better eat that plastic egg. I don't care that plastic. You better consume it. We'll worry about it later. It'll get you an accident or something. It'll come out. It'll come out. Can't waste no eggs these days.
I was a part of the Gifted and Talented program in the 90s, and I just found my binder. The things I found. For starters, they had us doing worksheets in Morse code. Here's one of them. So they gave us at the top what the Morse code is, and then we had to fill out the rest of the worksheets to like make codes and messages and stuff in Morse code. A lot of our worksheets were about different codes. This one is literally called Codes to Crack. So you can see there, they gave us like 8 letters, and each of the columns is a different code. So for this one, there was 8 letters. They gave us the corresponding letters, and then we had to figure out the rest of the alphabet and fill in the rest of the column. But there's so much more. Like the stuff I found in there, I'm like, what were you training us for? Like, why was I 10 years old speaking Russian? It's cool, but I don't actually remember anything except that's my name. So I do remember that. I'll share more as I go through the whole thing, but it's like there's like hundreds of worksheets in there, so like it's gonna take me a minute.
What was that? What was no, wait a minute. What was that, fam? Now, to me, that could have been meteor. To me, that could have been one of those orbs. Drone. Like, what was that? That's superhero, like superhero. What was that? What? No, bro. They gotta tell us something. January 11th, this video says January 11th, 2025 that this happened. 2 in the morning. No. That ain't that y'all telling me that's normal? That's normal? Somebody tell me is that normal? No, that ain't normal.
New this morning, a popular brand of women's panty liner accused of containing a chemical known to cause cancer. This is according to a new lawsuit which was filed yesterday in Los Angeles. A lab test showed the Carefree panty liner contains forever chemicals that don't break down easily. Exposure has been linked to multiple health issues, including immune system damage, developmental defects, and increased risk of some cancers. The lawsuit demands that the company eliminate these chemicals from the panty liner or add a warning label on its packaging. The owner of Carefree panty liners has not responded yet to the lawsuit.
Dang, ladies, I feel for you on that one. Did y'all know? Did everybody know? Hopefully everybody knew. If not, I did my part. You know what I mean? I'm out here trying. I'm trying to help as much as I can. I don't know what to do here, though. It's sort of like y'all sending us to the store to get it. I don't really know what to do here. So, yeah. I'm gonna keep going. Let me read the article, what that said. I thought I was woman hospitalized after picking up a $1 bill in Nashville. A pit stop in Blue took a terrifying turn for a Kentucky family Sunday night. Renee Pearson says she picked up a $1 bill off the ground at a McDonald's and soon passed out. So, warning. I know it's going to be hard for people, but money on the ground, don't pick it up. That don't even sound right to say coming out of my, like, money on the ground, don't pick it up. How you going to tell people that? But clearly you got to be careful. But how you going to tell, like, with everything going on, the price of eggs sky high and everything's is sky high. You see money on the ground, that's going to be hard, bro. I know it is. I seen this and it's gonna be hard for me.
You be packing your car immediately. Don't wait. Just pack your car. Photo albums, medications, birth certificates, social security cards, anything you cannot live without. Put it in the car in case it's too. Because this is imminent. Do not wait for an official evacuation notice. If you think you should leave, get out. Get out. You need to be packing your car in.
That's facts, man. That's facts. I hope that death toll doesn't go up anymore. I think the last time I checked, they said 25. 25 people, man. You know what I mean? I have this conversation with people all the time. Like when they say evacuate, I know how hard it is. I know. But if you can, bro, leave. Please leave. Y'all see that, right? Y'all see that, right? It's not a game. It's not a game. Like, so, I don't know what we did to make the planet mad at us, bro, but we need to fix it. We need to go to counseling or whatever we need to do with the planet to let it know we're sorry. We apologize. We apologize. Scientists warn of Category 6 storm with 200-mile-an-hour winds and tidal waves. Now, I'm going to read this caption. Y'all can't see it. It says, scientists have made a stark warning of an impending ultra-intense Category 6 storm hitting us. The prediction comes from an international team of over 60 experts who found the burning of fossil fuels has poured the equivalent energy into the Earth's system, heralding a dark new era of mega hurricanes. Mega hurricanes. An ultra-intense Category 6 storm would unleash winds of 192 miles per hour or higher and a rise in seawater exceeding 25 feet. Like, we don't need nothing else. We don't need nothing. And this here, man, listen, fam, I might be leaving with Elon. Where are we headed? What planet are we going to, y'all?
The conspiracy theory that the American algorithm is completely different than the rest of the world's TikTok algorithm, I 100% believe that. I have a backup account that the FYPs are the same between these two accounts, right? Like, I make sure that they basically stay the same. For my backup account, I took it to and changed it to the country I live in now, which is Costa Rica, because I was like, I just want to see what happens. When I tell you that it was a completely different app, and I don't mean different as in I was getting content from Costa Rica, I mean, it was like the old TikTok, the good TikTok. All of a sudden, all of the glitches were gone. I was seeing people I hadn't seen in months. I was getting like new and interesting topics. It was a completely different algorithm. If TikTok sells, whatever version of the algorithm they're selling, it's not the version of the algorithm.
Hey, U.S. government, you have some explaining to do. So I downloaded the little red book and I made a new bestie. We were just talking about the differences and similarities between China and the U.S. And she ended up going to the market and sent me a picture of her local market. I picked what was familiar to me and what I knew, and that was corn on the cob. I seen that 1 kilogram, which I found out was 2.2 pounds, was 6.90 yen. So I went on Google because it's free, right? And I looked up to see what would that be in US dollars. 94 cents. 94 cents. What would it be here in America, you might ask? When you do the math, $7. Is this what they don't want us to know? Hey, US government, you have some...
Come on, man. They don't even like try to hide it, the fact of what they doing to us. Oh my gosh, bro. They don't even try to hide it. They don't care. They just like they'll pay it. They gotta pay it. Where else they go? What else they gonna do? Where they gonna go? Like the disrespect level is just. Yeah, nah, I ain't going out. Who going out there? I ain't going out there. That's when you pretend like you ain't even see it, bro. I'm gonna go back to sleep and pray it's gone by the morning time, bro. I ain't see that. Ain't no way. You going out there? Go ahead. Go ahead.
That breaking news of the Substation Fire in North Fort Worth. We've got our JD Miles live on the scene. JD, I know you literally just wrapped up speaking to fire officials. What'd they tell you about this?
Well, Nicole, this fire has been burning, as you know, for more than 2 hours now here in far north Fort Worth. Fort Worth Fire just gave us a briefing about it. They say it's been confined to an electrical power station and that there's no real threat to the public, and also that there's really no real threat to homeowners losing their electrical power, at least for now. Maybe a few have so far. We have some video we want to show you from earlier about this scene. We have a witness who took this video shortly after the fire started. You can see the intense flames and explosions that led to a tall plume of smoke that has continued to rise to the night sky in this industrial area about 3 miles from Alliance Airport. Police and fire have limited traffic in the area. There is a Facebook data center next to the fire. An employee there tells us that the power station mostly serves a number of data centers there, including theirs. 20 nearby homes were alerted to the fire, and residents were given the opportunity to evacuate if they wanted to, but not forced to. We had a briefing just a minute ago from Fort Worth Fire, which says they are still trying to decide whether to use fire suppression efforts or just let this fire burn itself out. We spoke to a nearby resident who was out here, and they gave us their take on what they saw.
Yeah, I know there's like the Facebook data centers right nearby, ton of homes, the highways. I don't know. That's cold storm's coming, so we'll see how things shake out. I wonder if it's gonna. We got prepped with a generator and gas, and we're ready to go.
Now, firefighters during their briefing also wanted to dismiss some social media posts that seem to suggest that this fire may have been intentionally started. They say there's absolutely no sign of that, but they are going to be out here for a while. Again, they say this fire is under control, but an estimated 30,000 gallons of oil are burning in this power station. So they tell us they will be out here for hours, if not into the morning, just monitoring this fire or possibly deciding to put water on it. But at that point, if they do that, then they've got a possible hazmat water contamination issue. So it's a very delicate situation. There's no threat to the public, but there is a lot of concern and a lot of debate about whether or not just to let this fire burn itself out and or use water suppression efforts, which could create a hazmat situation. We'll keep you updated here at the scene. I'm JD Miles reporting live. Back to you.
Yeah, JD, some really timely information, especially for the people living in that area and with the impending winter storm. We'll keep an eye on it. Thank you so much.
I wonder if they use foam, would that help? I don't know. You got to be careful with that. You got to know what you can put foam on and what you can't. That's a tough one right there, bro. Whew. Whew. And now you got to have around-the-clock fire watch for that too? Yeah, that's a bad day right there.
Guys, we got to go up. Let's go up. Let's go up. Oh, no.
These videos obtained by CNN appear to show the beginning of 2 wildfires in Los Angeles. In the first video, taken on the morning of January 7th and later shared with the Associated Press, Kai Cranmore was hiking with friends in Temescal Canyon when they spotted smoke on the horizon.
Turned around and there was a plume of smoke just like rolling over the mountain like right behind us.
This satellite image, captured by the European Space Agency and time-stamped at 10:37 a.m. local time, shows the first signs of the Palisades fire tearing through the area. CNN geolocated Cranmore's video to an area near the site of that smoke.
Hey babe, I need you to come out here right now.
Later that day, Ring doorbell footage shows Cheryl Koo alerting her husband Jeffrey to a nearby fire she saw on her drive home from work.
And because there was no power, the neighborhood was dark, the canyon was dark. She could see a light in the hillside, and as she got closer to the house, sure enough, it was burning bright, and it was the base of the tower on fire.
Minutes later, cell phone video taken by Jeffrey appears to show the base of an electrical tower in Eaton Canyon on fire. These are potentially the first images of the Eaton fire.
We were in the panic mode of just trying to get out as fast as we can. We did see the embers flying. It was almost like snow flurries, but instead it's fire.
At the same time the Koos were evacuated.
I think that's even the crazier part right there. Seeing that, and it looks like a bunch of bugs just flying all around, but it's actually embers, fam. That's scary.
Pedro Rojas captured another angle of flames erupting at the base of the transmission tower from his backyard in Pasadena. Local officials are investigating the area as the possible origin site of the fire, according to the Los Angeles Times.
Investigators are trying to get to the bottom of the question that's on everyone's mind. How did all of this happen? What started the two most destructive fires in Southern California history? Now, we know the dry brush and the high winds helped fuel the flames. You can see here just how fast the Palisades fire grew. What started more than a week ago has spread and spread and spread. It's now burned more than 23,000 acres. That's more than 37 square miles, killing at least 9 people for that fire alone, scorching 5,000 structures. It's currently, this fire in particular, 18% contained. But what was the source of that initial spark? Well, the first signs of the inferno were actually early on Tuesday, January 7th. CAL FIRE says that it started at around 10:30 in the morning. Now, this video shows smoke rolling off the hills around the Palisades minutes after 10:30. Now, this satellite image was taken at 10:37. Now, at that point, the fire was a tiny fraction of what it would eventually go on to become. And now we're learning the Palisades fire appears to have started very close to another blaze that broke out just 6 days earlier on New Year's Day. This is the burn scar from that fire from a satellite image on January 1st. Here's that same burn scar on the image on the Palisades fire. It's less than 300 yards from where it looks like the Palisades blaze began. Now, people are asking, could the winds have rekindled smoldering debris from that New Year's Day fire? Well, agents from the ATF are trying to figure it all out. But a source tells us there is no leading theory at the moment. And then there's the Eaton fire. Now, CAL FIRE says it started at 6:18 p.m. on Tuesday. Here's video from an Altadena resident just a minute later.
Oh, oh no!
Now, what he's filming there is an electrical tower with flames licking away at the base of it, as you see, and that's not the only vantage point. Another nearby resident, they recorded this. It was taken around 6:24. Now, no cause of the fire has been determined yet, but the Los Angeles Times is reporting that authorities are investigating an electrical tower as the possible origin site. The city's electric company is already facing a lawsuit, by the way. Southern California Edison says it found no problems around the time of the fire. I want to bring in CNN's Nick Watt, who's live in Pacific Palisades. Nick, there have been concerns all day about the return of those now infamous Santa Ana winds. So far, though, the gusts have not been as strong as expected. How long is that going to last?
Well, hopefully a long time, but at about 3 a.m. our time, West Coast, so 6 a.m. your time, they are forecast to pick up again. You know, we went through this drill last night where we thought that the winds were really going to pick up in the middle of the night. You know, there was a weather forecaster on the local news who was talking about these people being at the most danger as he had his hand alarmingly over exactly where I live. So my truck is full of couple of pictures and some stuff from my house right now. If we get through tonight, we will be good. So fingers crossed the forecast is wrong again. I mean, it's been great news. And frankly, the Palisades fire today has been very inactive. No real active flame. A few hot spots around the fringes that they've been really trying to damp down just in case that wind does pick up. And, you know, another theme of the day has been, you know, Mayor Bass talking about, you know, it's time to look forward. It's time to start rebuilding. You know, she and the governor are signing executive directives, executive orders to try and make the permitting process a lot faster, to cut a lot of the red tape, which is notorious here in LA, trying to cut a lot of that red tape so that the rebuilding can happen. I mean, I drove along Sunset Boulevard through the Palisades earlier, and, you know, all the utility trucks are now there, you know.
Y'all see that? I haven't seen that angle yet. Like, normally you just see one house or two. It just showed you the whole strip right there. And it's gone. Gone.
Chopping up the trees that have fallen over, dealing with the gas lines, dealing with the power lines, but it is going to be a monumental task. But for now, as I say, the real focus is, fingers crossed, hoping that those winds don't really pick up again tonight, because, you know, a lot has burned here, but there's still a lot of vegetation. You know, last winter I was covering floods in Los Angeles. That just... There was a bloom of growth that then dried out. A lot of that stuff's still around. So fingers crossed.
Certainly, and thinking about that, I won't forget, this is also not just a story you're covering, this is your home, and thinking about how impactful and personal it is to you as well, Nick. And you actually spent some of the day around the trails where the Palisades fire started.
Yeah.
We're hearing a lot about the investigation. Obviously, it's in its infancy. But what are you learning about the investigation into how this started?
Well, yeah, we are up in what is called the sort of general area of origin. It's just on this hill behind me. You see the police are here. They have not been letting anybody in all day. You know, normally media are allowed anywhere in wildfires, not here, because this is a potential crime scene. So you mentioned that previous fire, January 1st, early hours of New Year's Day. That was just over there. So listen, that's obviously something they're looking into. Were there embers, something still burning under the ground that was then just reinvigorated by that wind? Arson is also obviously on the table. You know, they had dogs out here in the past few days sniffing for accelerants. And there are also, you can't see them because it's dark, but there are 2 utility poles up there right now. So listen, what they generally try and do is, you know, kind of rule stuff out and hone in on what might the cause actually be. The other thing that they're doing right now is they're trying to get from this sort of general area of origin down to a specific area. One investigator I spoke to today said they try and get it down to basically the size of a dinner plate. And the way that they do that is you have investigators actually on their hands and knees looking at every single piece of vegetation, every pebble, every blade of grass, figuring out which side the fire reached that particular item. And then they can map that, flag that, and try and just hone in on that area. Because obviously, if you can figure out exactly where it started, that's going to be a huge help to figure out why it started.
Listen, I never went to arson school. I took an arson investigation class and learned you have to know those burn patterns and different things like that, fam. Like, that's going to be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. That's exactly what it's going to be like, man. So hats off to them guys. I hope they're successful at finding it, but that's going to be tough. Tough.